Okay, welcome back. We're now going to look at working out the final expression for the whole path of around this swimming pool. So if you remember, in our last video, we worked out an expression for the outer rectangle, the area of the entire large rectangle, that's everything in here, and we came to the conclusion that the area of the large rectangle was 4x squared plus 50x plus 126. Well, now let's work out the area of the water itself, just the inner part. Now that's going to be really easy because there's no algebra involved here, because it's just two numbers. So we know that the area of the small rectangle, which is just the water itself, is simply going to be its length times its width. So it's the length times the width. So it's going to be 18 times 7 meters, which equals 126 meters squared. So that was pretty easy, wasn't it? So now we know the area of the small rectangle is equal to 126 meters squared. The area of the large rectangle was this expression. Well, remember we said that the area we actually want is this region around the outside, this orange region. And to work out this area around the outside, we simply need to subtract the area of the water from the area of the large rectangle. So it's going to be this expression take away this expression. So the area of the path is going to equal 4x squared plus 50x plus 126, take away the area of the small rectangle, which is 126. And so hopefully you can see that these 126s cancel. And so the area of the path is going to be 4x squared plus 50x. Now, that's really handy, because let's just say for a moment that we have to charge the customer $15 for every square meter of path that we lay. So it's $15 per square meter. Now, the customer comes along and says, okay, well, how much will you charge me if I want to have a path that's 1.5 meters wide? In other words, the path here is 1.5 meters in width. Well, that's now going to be a really easy problem to solve, because we now have a way of very quickly working out the area of our path. We can work this out really quickly. Remember, for each square meter of path, we're going to charge $15. So what we're going to charge is going to be $15 for each square meter. So if there was 2 square meters we had to lay, there would be 2 times 15, which would be 30. If there was 3 square meters we had to lay, it'd be 3 times 15, which is $45. So it'll be $15 times the number of square meters that we have to lay of paving. Meters of paving. So we want to work out what the area would be if it's 1.5. Well, we can use this formula to really quickly work it out, because what we're going to do, and this is why we needed to learn about substitution, because now we're being told that x, which is the width of the path, that width there, which we normally call x, we're being told that x now has a value of 1.5. So we simply substitute the value of 1.5 wherever we see an x, and that will then give us the area of the path. So what we're going to do now is work out the area of the path when x equals 1.5 meters wide. And that involves substituting. So the area is going to equal 4 times x squared. Well, we're now substituting the value 1.5 where we see x. That's going to be 4 times 1.5 squared, 1.5 squared plus 50 times, was 50 times x, but now we know that x is 1.5, so it'll be plus 50 times 1.5. So now what we have to do is just work that out. So to work out, and it's okay to use your calculator here, so 1.5 squared is actually, if we work that out, that's actually 2.25. So we're going to work out that part first. That's going to equal 4 times 2.25. Now it's really important to show you working here and do it step by step. Do not try to do it in one hit on your calculator. That's because you'll make a mistake if you do that. Step by step will get you the right, correct solution. So 4 times 2.25 plus, now we've got to multiply these two together. Remember our order of operations? We always do our multiplications and our divisions first before we do our adding and subtracting. So we always do the adding and subtracting last. So 50 times 1.5 is going to, if you work that out on your calculator, that's going to be 75. So 4 times 2.25 is actually 9. So it's 9 plus 75, which is 84. That's 84 square meters of paving that we have to lay. And because we're going to charge $15 for each square meter, we now know that we need to charge, our final charge, what we have to quote, is going to be $15 per square meter, so it's 15 times 84. And if we work that out, we now know that we have to charge $1,260 to lay that paving. So that's pretty much how we can use, that's an example of how we can use algebra to, in the real world, to make our life easier. Now you might look at this calculation and think, well, that's all pretty involved. There's a bit of work in the beginning, but you think, once you've done this calculation once you've done this formula once, for any given swimming pool, you can then do it for any, you can recalculate very quickly for any different width of paving. In the application problem that we're going to be doing, you're going to come up with a formula that will allow you to work out very quickly the quote for any size pool and any size path. Okay, so I hope you'll enjoy that. Thank you. Bye.